Okay, so this is the 2NA homework video for term 2 week 1. Okay, so there are a few questions here that we have to do, and this basically covers what you have learned over the past few weeks now. Question 1, factorize the following. What does it mean by factorize? Factorize means you look at these two terms, you try to find common terms, right? Common factors, and then you try to pull it up. So we have 6a plus 3b. We know that 6a is basically 3 times 2 and times a, right? And of course plus 3b is just 3 times b. So we can see here that what is common is actually 3. So we're going to just pull it out. So I'm going to pull out 3. I'll be left with 2a plus b. Okay, so this is factorization. Let's look at f. Negative 35f plus 7. So over here as well, 35 is basically 7. 7 times 5 times f, of course, times negative, plus 7. So I realize that 7 is common. So I can pull out 7. I'm just left with negative 5f. Plus, if you pull out 7, you may think that 0 is left behind, but it's not. Remember, there's no 0 when it comes to factorization. If you pull out 7, nothing's left behind. You just put a 1. So it's plus 1. Okay, question number 4, factorize the following. Now I have 7bt minus 21b minus 35bt. So again, here is 7 times b times t minus 21 is 7 times 3 times b. Here is minus 7 times 5 times b times t. Okay, so what is common? Remember, it must be common in all three terms. So I have a 7, 7, and 7 here. Anything else that is common, I have a b, b, and b. T, this term here don't have a t, so I cannot say that it's common in all three terms. So I can only factorize 7b out. What's left is t minus 3 minus 5t. I realize that t and t, these are like terms because it has the t. Okay, so both of them are t's, so I can combine them. T minus 5t gives me negative 4t minus 3. So this is my final answer. Okay, question number 5. Let's look at question number 5. Let's see, yep, we finished this. 5c over here. In this question, 5c, I have 8c x minus 2y plus 20c x minus 2y. Now, I notice that this 8 and this 20 can be broken down into further factors. I know 8 can be 4 times 2 times c x minus 2y plus 20 can be broken down into 5 times 4 times c x minus 2y. So we're going to see what are common. X minus 2y is common. C is common. 4 is common as well. Okay, so I'm going to factorize that out. 4c x minus 2y. What's left behind is just 2 plus 5. Okay, so 2 plus 5 will just give me 7. Okay, so it give me 7. So it's 4c x minus 2y. This will give me 7. 7 times 4. Okay, because you realize that you can have 7 times 4. So 7 times 4 gives you 28. So it's 28c x minus 2y. But actually, this one, there's really no need to factorize because you can see this is 8c, this is 20c, these are like terms. So actually the final answer is just 28c x minus 2y. Okay, but both ways you'll get the same answer. Okay, question number 1, simplify the following. In simplify the following, all we have to do over here is just to combine all the like terms. So we can see that this and this are like terms. This and this is like terms, and the 1 constant is by itself. So we do the y square first. Use a calculator if you don't know. 3 minus 11, that gives me negative 8y square. Negative 4 minus 7, that gives me negative 11y, and I have a plus 1. That's it. Okay, simplification, you just need to combine all the like terms. Let's move on to question number 5. Find the sum of this and this. Sum means plus, okay? Sum means plus. So find the sum of 5, 1 minus a square, plus 2, 3a square, plus 2a minus 8. So let's expand this. 5 minus 5a minus 5a square, plus 2 times 3 gives me 6a square, 2 times 2 gives me 4a, 2 times negative 8 gives me negative 16. So again here, the like terms, negative 5 plus 6 gives me a square. Negative 5a plus 4a gives me negative a. And lastly, 5 minus 16. So 5 minus 16 gives me negative 11, and that gives me my final answer. How about part B? Okay, how about part B? Okay, I'm going to delete off this thing so that I have a little bit of space over here. Now we know subtract means minus. Subtract this whole thing from. From is very important. From is our starting point. Right? The word from means you start from there. Okay, so I will start from here. 5, 2c minus 3c square minus 3 negative 4c square plus 3c minus 1. Okay, so all I have to do is to expand. Here, all I have to do is to expand. 5 times 2 gives me 10c. 5 times negative 3c square gives me negative 15c square. Negative 3 times negative 4, you must look at the negative sign outside. Negative 3 times negative 4 gives me positive 12c square. Negative 3 times positive 3c gives me negative 9c. Negative times positive gives me positive 3. So again, combine the like terms. These are like terms, and this is by itself. So negative 15 plus 12c gives me negative 3c square. 10c plus 12c gives me 22c. 10c minus 9c. So 10 minus 9 just gives me 1c, but I don't write 1, I just write a c, plus the constant by itself. Okay, so this is how I do this question. And the last one, exercise 4.3, question 1c, expand. So I have negative 2y, y minus 6. To expand, I take the number on the outside, I'll multiply inside. So I'm going to get negative 2y square. Negative 2y multiplied by negative 6 going to be positive 12y. F, negative 3w minus 5w plus 2u is equals, multiply positive 15w square multiply negative 6wu. Question number 4, part D. I have 5x minus 3, negative 2x minus y. So I need to expand this thing. So I take the number over here. I'm going to expand it. So 5x multiplied by negative 2x, that gives me negative 10x squared. 5x multiplied by negative y going to give me negative xy. Once I'm done with this, I can use the second term over here, multiply inside the second bracket. So negative 3 multiplied by negative 2 gives me positive 6x. Negative 3 multiplied by negative y gives me positive 3y. So I just need to combine all the like terms. Okay, and do I have any like terms here? Unfortunately, no. Okay, so if I don't have any like terms, I can just leave my answer like this. Like terms means the alphabets have to be exactly the same, exactly, okay? Cannot just because there's an x, you can combine them. It must be exactly just x. X and xy are not like terms. Okay, x and x squared are also not like terms, so you cannot combine them. Okay, the last one, part F, negative 6c minus d multiplied by negative 4y plus 3z. So expand this, negative times negative gives me positive 24cy, negative times 3z gives me negative 18cz, negative d times negative 4y gives me positive 4dy, and negative d multiplied by 3z gives me negative 3dz. Okay, again, is there any like terms over here? That means these two alphabets have to be exactly the same. Okay, cy, is there any cy? No, there's no cy, so there's no like terms to this. There's no cz, there is no dy, there is no dz. So this is our simplified form. Okay, I don't have to simplify anymore. I can leave my answer like this. Okay, so please do your corrections, mark by yourself, and make sure you understand. If you have any questions, please drop me a text. Okay, if not, bye-bye.